Oh, it's hiding me just perfectly. What day is it today? Oh, it's Monday. Man, people hate Mondays. I hope you all are having a good morning. It's not the morning either, but you might be watching this in the morning. It is an absolute, like, freaking beautiful day. And I hope the energy is just as nice. I don't really know, but I hope it is. I've had the song Hip Hop by Dead Prez in my head all morning. I don't know why. Somebody, all those fake ass people out there. Wouldn't surprise me. Hey, Pam. Yeah. I freaking haven't even done nothing yet. That's amazing. Hey, the chat just disappeared. Here we go. Awesome possum. Yeah. You haven't missed nothing. Are you having a good day? I hope you are. It is just a beautiful day here. What is this? Oh. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. This is a general message. Oh, that's awesome. It's freaking beautiful here too. The sun is shining, the weather is sweet, man. It's beauty skies here, girl. Beauty skies. I actually have to walk out to the mailbox in a minute, so I'm going to go live until my package arrives. I'm getting this healing bandage for my tattoos that I'm doing now, because like I'm going through so many bandages that I finally got this stuff so that I don't have to put band-aids on my tattoos anymore. I can't wait. Ew, look at this. Five of wands right away. The 7 of pentacles. Emperor in reverse. And I'm almost feeling like it's a huge possibility that somebody put you in a fight with somebody, okay, and made you like lose something, you know, like you could have lost a job because of this person, like all of a sudden you just got angry at your boss, or you got angry with one of your coworkers and then you walked out, you stormed out. Could be something like that, right? And it's like somebody did that, they orchestrated that, they let you build up your emotions around a situation that normally you wouldn't really care about, because you know why, you're at work, who really gives a shit if people don't like you, and if you don't get along with everybody, it's like, well, does it really matter, like if I do get along with everybody, right? But like somebody used that and got like into you. 3 of wands now, again in reverse. And like I feel like this Three of Wands is them. Like I think they knew. I think the reason why somebody attacked you in particular was okay. There's something else that wants to come out. It could be they could be a Pisces, but this person in your past, they have like I think massive abandonment issues. Okay, they've just got issues, you know, just issues from maybe it's issues from the past with them. Okay, and they could be like a little bit bipolar, right? This person around you, they appear really nice all the time, but then you know they could just turn so quickly. Could be something like that. And this is the person that they just looked at you one day and like vexted you, just like, you know, chopped off your resources, got you in some type of frenzy with somebody. Like you could be friends with somebody at work and they definitely didn't like that, so they came in between that, and that's like you could have like lost a job because of this person, like because of getting in a fight with this person. And I was wondering if that man was ever kind of okay. So I was driving. I live in a pretty small city, but the industrial area is like right over there, and it's basically right by where you get onto like the major highway to get the fuck out of this town. And so I was driving one day, and there was this. I had to go around and come around, so I came around this weird part of the industrial area, and this man was just standing on the side of the road, and he was in all of his work gear. He was in everything, and he was just standing on the side of the road where people just don't walk. They just don't go there. They just you shouldn't be really, you know, there walking around anywhere because it's right by the highway. There's just trucks. There's a lot going. He was standing there and he was kicking stones on the ground. And I went, I think that guy just fucking walked out on a job. I'm like, that looks like a guy who walked out on a job and he didn't drive. He didn't have anywhere to go. So he just left. And now he's waiting for his friend to come and pick him up on the side of the road. Like that's exactly what it looked like. And I was wondering why I saw that day. And it's, I swear, exactly for this reading, because I think that you walked out on a job that you really weren't supposed to, but you were having a really bad day and somebody just fucking picked at you the wrong way, and that was it. C'est la vie. And honestly, what sucks is that we naturally have you know, like opposite energy of people. Like we're allowed to have opposite energy of people, you know. We're not all here to get along. We're not all here to sing Kumbaya and, you know, let's all go have a nice fire and a barbecue and fucking drink beers and all cheers. Like not all of us are here to like one another. Some of us are here to battle one another. Some of us are here to call each other out on things. Like we are soulmates. Like soulmate is a very, like, it's a toxic word in the eyes of people who break the law all the time, because soulmates are something that like they come here and they test you. They come here, they can fuck with you, okay? Because you're supposed to show them that you're going to do the right thing. And if you don't, that soulmate now knows what you did because they're a person from the past that you were supposed to meet up with, that you were supposed to do the right thing with. And if you don't do the right thing with, you know, that comes along with your karma. That comes along with people that are supposed to be like with you, okay? So I feel like this energy, okay, obviously they are going through their own bullshit, okay? And you were just somebody they targeted. And they shouldn't have targeted you because, I don't know, for some reason, like maybe you're the happiest person or you're the prettiest person or the most handsome guy or something like that. And like that really bothers this person. They could be really like, and I'm going to say ugly because I don't know what other word to use in a phrase like this where I'm like describing somebody's personality that would go out of their way to hurt somebody. Because obviously when you get into the tracks of somebody who wants to hurt somebody, then you're brighter than them. You're doing something that's pissing them off. So they want to attack you. because it's something that they could do themselves, but they're too much of a coward to do. So when this person looks at you, you're doing things that piss them off because they want to be doing those things. Like, this is how immature this person is. It's just like you could be out doing them, so you choose to hurt the people that are doing them. And now I'm getting pickleball. I don't even fucking know what that is, but I don't know if you play it, but it sounds like this person wants to play pickleball or something like that. Maybe you play pickleball and they're like, fuck you, you do exactly what I want to do. Like, see, it's like the smallness in their attitude costed you a job or costed you a position. It costed you something that you worked really hard for. Okay, and when you get your emperor status taken away from you, okay, or your emperor goes in reverse, then you are at a loss of a job. You have lost something. You are on the shitty side of the tracks if you're an emperor in reverse. Emperor's not supposed to be in reverse. Okay, especially when they're sitting beside their Seven of Pentacles, like something that they've grown or something that they're growing. So it's like maybe you are, okay, an emperor and they wanted to take this job away from you. And like, I can remember in The Office where like Michael wants to quit and like, so they're trying to fill his position and they're like, there are no jobs out there. Like, I don't know why you want to quit your job, but there isn't a lot of jobs available. I'm like, I know myself when I'm trying to find a job, especially in the town I'm in, there are no jobs. Like there is nobody hiring. There is nobody, like it is very hard to get a job. And for this person to just kick you out of something as if they have the right to do that. I don't know if you work somewhere with them or like, you work somewhere that they go and they don't want to go and see you there anymore. Like whatever they did that took it took something away from you. It took money away from you. Okay. It was an investment in some sort. It twisted you up because they fought something away from you. And to be honest, I kind of feel like it was a very cowardly fight because I feel like this person has like multiple personalities and they just decided to pop into one of their personalities that day and go and, fuck with somebody. I just kind of feel like that means that you've got something coming back around again for you then. If somebody took something away from you, that would mean that you should be getting something out of it, I would hope. Death in like limbo, reverse. You could be a Scorpio, you could be an Aries, you could be a Pisces. But in that, it's like something that was supposed to change for a while that never has. Oh, so maybe that's them. Maybe they're the ones that were supposed to have quit. They were the ones that were supposed to have moved on by now. Okay, and yet you're the one that had to leave. Which is, take it how it resonates, obviously. I just have to say it a certain way, but it's like, you're the one that had to leave. No, they were the ones that were supposed to go. They just didn't want to. The Hermit and the Three of Cups. I don't know if they hid behind some friends, became your worst enemy, turned people against you. This person turned people against you. They turned your friends against you because they were supposed to move on. And this person sounds like a little nappy, like somebody just yaps their fucking mouth off all the time or something like that. And the Knight of Cups in reverse. They don't even this person doesn't even want to be there. This person doesn't even want to, and they won't go, they won't just give themselves a better option, So when you get kicked out of something, there's the Seven of Wands, or when somebody fucking tries to beat you out of something, okay, then I would say so. Queen of Wands, I would say the courage would be to the person that turns around and fucking walks away instead of fight somebody for something, knowing that they're gonna get hurt and that this person has no reason to fight them, so why would they? I've never chosen a fight at work. I've always chose to walk away. I'm not gonna do that shit. But as I got older, people stopped fucking with me, but the mental fuckery of it is still there. Women always want to fuck with women. Men always want to fuck with men. I don't know why. I don't know why we can't just go to work and everybody just stops, being in fucking high school. Page of Pentacles in reverse and the Two of Cups in reverse. It's like this person wasn't brave enough to do anything that they enjoyed. Maybe you actually enjoyed the job, even though it was probably kind of shitty. They don't even want it. They hated it there so much. This is so fucked. Why would you do that to yourself? And like, they don't even think the money's enough. There's the Empress. Oh, they could be doing it for some bitch at home. You know, so then, of course, because they do it, they're not working for themselves, they're working for somebody else. Of course, they're going to start taking their shit out on other people. That makes sense. Because make the world pay for your mistakes. Because, like, I mean, that's just a lot of displacement then. There's the Magician and the Tower. Fall down, go boom. Literally. This guy's going to fucking lose his shit now for what they did to you. I mean, they could get a divorce. They could lose their spouse. They could lose their ability to do magic. I mean, whatever they did, they pulled some fucking strings with these people. They pulled some illusion over these people. I mean, with the Moon and the Magician, they did some type of magic trick right in front of them, and then poof, there goes your job. You know, like, they did something. And they're not innocent in this at all. This is a third-party bullshit. So, you know, I think this is just for somebody to know, whoever you left behind in a job because they physically wanted to fight you and you weren't going to do it, they are now losing the job. And you probably would never know because you don't talk to anybody there anymore and you've moved on and you don't really want to know what the hell goes on there anymore because who gives a fuck? Just know this person is now losing their job, which is what goes around comes around, right? You want to kick somebody out of their job. Hey, see you later. I mean, it's going to happen, huh? If they didn't have a right to do it to begin with, oh, fuck, even worse. I mean, if they were a little cry wolf, you know, just went and did something and that they should know and then it cost you your job, that's one thing. But, like, I'm pretty sure this person planned for all that shit to happen to you, so. All right, next message. Woo! I love when the 4-leaf clover shows up. Ooh. Okay, so there's something pretty big hiding in the mist for somebody. So there's something coming up for somebody. Okay, I fucking love this card so much. I love that I did it, but not only do I love that I did it, I love the concept of it, because if you've seen The Mist, then you know how amazing that movie is, right? Even you know, I mean, I never watched the show, and like it actually, you know, I could have done The Fog too, because The Fog is almost the same thing, but The Fog was actually a lot about money, whereas The Mist is about greed and you know, government conspiracies and people hiding things. So like, I mean, you go with that message the way that you want to, but anyways, I love the fact that it's there, because sometimes there is something that's like staring you right in the face and you can't see it, even though it can see you. Okay. So there's the 4-leaf clover. It's like there isn't a lot of people that can find a 4-leaf clover. And like when you find a 4-leaf clover, you have to think about what that means, is to find something that is so rare, okay, that is so lucky that everybody else just walks right past it and doesn't notice it, but you did. Okay, this 4-leaf clover has been sitting and waiting for somebody, not moving. Okay, a boat always wants to move, and this 4-leaf clover has not moved because there has been nobody that's been good enough to find it, basically. Okay, so, I mean, the best choice it could have done was to stay. You know how you think, like, well, if it's not moving, if it's just sitting there, is it not growing? Is it just being stagnant? Is it? No. Sometimes, like, boats can just float in the water. It's called an anchor. They don't have to go anywhere. Okay? So I feel like there is like something that is going to happen with this 4-leaf clover. Oh my God, look, prophecy. Didn't I say I think this is something that's going to happen? I don't know if I said that or not. Sometimes I say when a prophecy is coming in, and other times I don't, because like it's very hard to tell the future, because people have to follow exactly how the universe is picking up the energy. And if people are cowards, okay, or that they choose not to do it, or if they get lazy, right, then it can throw a prophecy off for fucking years, okay? Just depends how much people want it, okay? So, Oh my God, look at what was underneath the tower. Something is coming down. I don't know if you just heard that honk, but there was a honk. Okay. So the tower is coming down. You might have had a lot of bad luck recently or like in your life. That is going to change. There's a person coming into your life, okay? Somebody who doesn't abide by the rules and the laws like other people do, okay? People are so quick to break the law, and it's in so many ways. Like they'll lie, they'll cheat, they'll steal, like just in broad daylight, the smallest things, and they think it means nothing, and they think they're not doing anything, but it's the ripple effect. What you do always comes back around. Like there's no way that you can't break the law or do something and it's not going to affect somebody else. Like if you do something in the wrong, it's the amount of people that it's going to affect. I mean, even when you spray like pesticides and shit, I mean, I think majority of that kind of stuff is banned now, but other things come along and eat it and die, like harmless things that didn't do anything to you, and they're not going to do anything to your yard, but yet they just died for having the audacity to come and eat a piece of your grass because it needs a little bit of like nourishment, right? Does it deserve to just die, right? But like sometimes we don't see things that we do that are we think so minuscule, right? But yet the causation, the cause of effect, the chain reaction of it is can be detrimental after years and years of like complete disregard and disrespect and like abuse, right? So I feel like maybe that could be you, just left to be abused, left to be beaten on, right? Left and people, they say that shit's okay because they break the law and they want to break the law and they don't care if other people don't break the law. It's not about other people. It's about them, right? There's the path in reverse and then the crow and melting. So I think like something is going to be avenged. Like your luck, your life. Somebody could have taken a path away from you, part of this like lawless group that just chose to do things to you and throw you off your track and throw you off things that you should have done, like because you were creative. Like, how many people they really want to kill off, they want to tower off their children's inspiration because they want them to just go and get jobs and to stop thinking that they can become anything with themselves because right now the bills have to get paid. It's so like, I mean, I get it because, I mean, the world is very expensive now, but, do you ever hear it was like a side gig, side hustle? Like you can still work, but you can allow people and your loved ones to do things on the side to express their creative abilities and do something with themselves because we're not all robots and just want to pay the bills, It's like some people just don't realize that, right? So they take paths away from you because they're more concerned about what's going to happen with their bills and with their electric bill and what if they've get everyone's just, I mean, they make assumptions and they feel like automatically you're going to stop contributing and you're going to stop working and you're going to stop caring and they're going to have to carry your load and they're going to have to do everything. But like, I mean, what is a relationship other than give and take? There are times where in relationships, like when women have to take time off work or somebody has to take time off, they have to mental exhaustion, going insane, they need a vacation. Like people are so quick to just rush everybody and overwork people just to get that money to pay for a life that they can't afford because they overindulged in things before they actually got there, right? Before they actually had enough in the bank to pay for these things and then pay for them even longer if something happened, right? So I feel like there's maybe, I don't know, maybe you're meeting your match. Maybe something's going to be avenged because of what these people did. You have a chance to relive a goal or do something again because the goal is still, or the prize, the lifeboat I just heard is still waiting there for you. Like I was thinking about it the other day, and I mean, my sister back in the day, like she was starting to write like horror novels when she was about like 15, 16, and she was really getting into it. And my aunt at the time was working in Hollywood, and she was working she was on TriStar, like I think it's Columbia TriStar now, but when TriStar was on its own, she worked for that movie company, for that movie label. So we always got like t-shirts back in the day, Legends of the Fall, and like we got Candyman shirts and like all these movies that my aunt would work on and stuff. Like it was so funny. And so when my sister started writing this like horror novel, she called it, she sent a copy to my aunt in Hollywood, and my aunt went insane for it. She went insane. She was so happy. She knew massive amounts of directors at the time, and she was like, oh my God, like my sister, it was only like the first chapter. It was only the beginning, okay, of like this awesome book that she was going to write about babysitting, and because she was a babysitter at the time, it was that age. And right after things were starting to pick up for my sister, my stepmother went after my sister, and my sister had one of the biggest breakdowns possible and stole my stepmother's car and drove across the country. And she like the things that happened to her on the way and shit that happened to her, it totally broke her whole life down. Okay. And she never wrote again. My stepmother knew exactly how to fuck my sister up right at the exact time and take a path that was coming out for her. Like, I mean, if she had continued on that, and if we had like supportive parents, she could have went to Hollywood right away. Like, who knows what could have happened with her. And now, okay, 30 years later, or 20, I don't know, 20 years later, over 20 years later, she is now working on another movie, on her second movie with a producer friend that she has in the city. So it's like it came back around for her again, no matter what. And now she's getting like she's getting into the to explaining the characters, and like she's getting behind the scenes of things. And like, I mean, when you miss an option because somebody they make a horrible choice because they're creepy as fuck, and they just want to ruin your life. And that's what my stepmother wanted to do. She was always creeping on my sister. She was always creeping and listening to her conversations on the phone. She would go through all my sister's stuff. She would read everything, right? My sister had no privacy. She was like a 15, 16-year-old girl. Like, she was having multiple problems. And there she was. She finally broke out. She finally found something creative, and my stepmother found a way to ruin it for her. And when things come back around, because they're just sitting there waiting for you, and they're not going to go anywhere because you were supposed to have it 30 fucking years ago and you didn't, because there was some asshole around you that decided to have a breakdown. Oh, and by the way, after my stepmother had a breakdown, my sister wasn't allowed in the house again. She took the tower, she took the house, she took everything away from my 16-year-old sister. And then my stepmother has the audacity to tell me about 15 years later, after she did that to my sister, she said to me, well, I've been on antidepressants ever since your sister did that to me. And for one, okay, my sister didn't steal her car. My father drove a truck, and my stepmother had a small car. So she took the small car because even at 16, she was smart, and she knew that she wouldn't have enough gas if she stole my father's truck, which she would have taken my father's truck. I loved my father's truck. He had the best truck. And she's like, trust me, if I could have taken Randy's truck because I had money, I would have. But she was a 16-year-old girl. She did one of those. She slipped an empty envelope into the bank to get money out of the ATM because she had no money. She was running away. And then you know what my stepmother did? Because she worked for the bank, she canceled my sister's bank card. So then when she went to go get money out of the ATM, her own money out of her account, the ATM stole her card. Why? And my mom was livid. My mother, her birth mother, was like, how fucking dare you take her debit card away? Like, now my daughter's out there in the middle of God knows where without any money. Oh, and then you can't take it back. Once you take a card away, you can't give it back. Oh my God, my mother almost fucking sued my stepmother over that. Who the fuck takes money away from a 16-year-old? You know what my sister had to do after that to get money? Okay, should have all been on my stepmother's ass. Honestly, my stepmother should have had to go to jail after that. But you know what she did? She kicked my sister out of the house. She went on antidepressants and acted like nothing happened for 20 years. And then when we tried to talk about it and tried to talk about it and tried to talk about it, she wouldn't talk to us about it. She actually, the last time we tried to talk to her about it, finally, once and for all, she put her hands on my father, said that my father was her soulmate, walked out of the backyard, and didn't make it in the conversation for more than 2 minutes without saying that she wasn't a greedy individual, and ran out. She had a massive panic attack and ran when we were in the ghetto. Okay, I was living in the ghetto. They went and decided to meet at my house. I lived in the ghetto. She walked through some of the most dangerous areas in the little city that I lived in because she was having a panic attack because her husband. She has to say that everything is about her husband. Her husband is my father. My father. Okay, my father, contracted to me, my flesh and blood. That's my motherfucker, okay? Hey, what up, everybody? Okay, and what she did to my sister, and like even how she's acted since, I mean, she's acted like a child since she's came into my life, and then by bullying my sister and I for doing the things that she did, I will exploit that bitch to the day I die. I probably will write a book about everything she fucking did. Because when I sit back and I think about it, the torment, the manipulation, the lying, the things that she did, the creepy shit she did, the lawless shit she did, she would just sit there and listen to me on the phone with my girlfriends, okay? 10, 11 years old, talking about, boys and stuff. And there she was listening. My own fucking mother didn't do that. My own father didn't do that. But there's my stepmother, and then by eavesdropping, she would go and tell my father things that I said about her. You're not allowed to do that. You're not allowed to do that. You can't do that because a child is allowed to express themselves. I didn't know what the fuck was going on. Okay. And then same with my sister. She didn't know what the fuck was going on. And then she's writing a script for Hollywood. And then all of a sudden my stepmother just fucking throws a temper tantrum, says my sister's this evil bitch, goes through all of her stuff, reads letters that she wrote to her friend, okay, in her art class. She completely took all of my sister's fucking privacy away from her, and then exploited her to my father, and then kicked her out of the house. Like, what did she expect was going to happen? She's continually done this for 20 years and then acts like the victim. That's what people do. When you want to, when they're so vindictive and they have a vendetta against you for God knows what. I don't know, maybe my boobs were too perky. Maybe my sister's body was too skinny. Whatever the fuck it was that had my stepmother in a fucking grip to just want to rip us apart, guess what? It's all going to come back around on them. Just like the movie. I mean, it was like frozen in time, and it's melting because you can't keep anything frozen in time unless it's the Arctic. Even the Arctic, it goes through summer months, right? You can't freeze somebody out of their destiny. Look at on the top of the deck, the marijuana card. Where life wants to thrive, trust me, it's fucking going to. And anybody that tells you and takes a path away from you, there was a prophecy. You had a prophecy to do something. Okay. And for whatever reason, somebody decided to rip the roof off the top of your head instead of let you run free and see what this would have done for you. I mean, it's going to keep coming around because that's what karma does. Like, you can't take things away from people and not expect privacy, or like not expect karma, and they come around. Look at that incoming plane. Like, fucking damn right. Think of this plane as having all the resources that they took away from you. Okay, all the meals they took away from you, all the options they took away from you, everything that they did to you that all of a sudden made you question people, made you mistrust people, all those delusional acts that they did. Guess what? Not going unnoticed and not going unjustice when they die. Everybody will meet their maker, and everybody will have to explain why they do the fucked up things that they do. And that's why I suggest just don't do fucked up things. Or why do we have these peepers? Honestly, okay, I'll tell you how fucking fucked up telepathy is and how much your brain can remember things. Back in the day, and I'm going to say I was probably, 20 years old. So 19 years ago, my mother made this salad, okay? And my mother would just nail cooking, okay? Sometimes, like, to the point I'd be like, Jesus, Mom, like, you made this? Like, my mouth would just be dripping. And she'd be like, yep, just from scratch off the top of my head. Like, she was a kitchen witch. Like, she just knew how to, like, make things. And she made this salad once, and, like, I fell in love with it, okay? And I remade it this morning. Don't ask me how. down to, like, I mean, in the way that she made it, I know is completely different, because I remember her saying how the recipe was, and I did not use, like, the amount of salt that she put into it, because it was supposed to be these packages of like seasoning and stuff. I didn't use any of that. I used like all natural ingredients and shit. So mine was, but it tasted the exact same. Like, how can you have a memory that well, that I had no idea, at the time I was probably drinking, partying with my friends and fucking, right? And my mom makes a salad and I can recreate it 20 years later the exact same way, if not better. Like, that's memory. Like, the taste came back, the texture came, everything came back, and I ate it twice. I only remember her making it once, and I can remember having 2 portions of it because it was so fucking good, and then she never made it again. And I recreated it this morning. My sister had it for breakfast, because I don't really eat breakfast, and then when I want breakfast, I'll have like a steak, because I don't really like breakfast. So I made this like Thai Asian crunchy salad, and she likes breakfast though, so she had just eaten her egg. Tell me how she didn't have some right away. And she was like, now I remember the salad you're talking about. I'm like, right? How the fuck did I do that? That's telepathy. Like, that's telepathy. Like, you just trust magic, I swear. Trust magic. It will change your life. Oh, it will change your life. Okay, there we go. Next message. Okay, so sorry. I know I'm taking forever. But this message is tricky, because I feel like it's there's somebody around you that like, they were really mad at you, and now they're kind of like not mad at you anymore, and I feel like they want to be mad at you, but they can't be mad at you anymore, because they really like you, like but it's not like, it's kind of obsessive like, which we know is not love. Obsession is not love, okay? So they got over their rage. I don't know who this person was, okay, but they were really, really fucking mad at you. And then, I don't know, man, I think maybe some magic back, like, maybe, why I said believe in magic? Well, the witch card came out, and it's like, that's, where all the witch, like, it's like, if